Hello there, and welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Today, we're going to talk about 7 features that I want to see in the next update. And I'm curious to see if you agree or disagree, and how many of these features would be on your wish list for the next update in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Let's get straight into it. Number 1, I want to be able to see the top voted dream snaps for each challenge. I don't know how. Maybe in here, if you go to event, we're gonna have current challenge voting, and we're gonna have last challenge top leaderboard, and maybe show us top 100 best submissions, so we can see what actually scores high, and maybe even show some data, show how many tags each image used, show how many times it got voted, show exactly how the score got comprised, because all of this data is very curious, and I love data, and I would love to know as much data as possible. Speaking about things I love, I absolutely love not needing to worry about my online security, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Aura. I value my privacy a lot. That's why a couple months ago, I decided to Google my name, just for fun. And to my horror, I found multiple websites actually listing my address and even my phone number online for anybody to see. I'm a very private man, so that was not a fun experience for me. And this is where Aura, the sponsor of today's video, comes in. My knight in shining armor. So turns out all the websites that had my private info on them are actually allowed to sell it to scammers, spammers, and everybody who just wants to get their long nose into my business. But they're also legally required to remove my personal information from their websites if I submit a proper opt-out request. So Aura can save you hours and hours and hours of time by doing this all for you. They will scan the entire internet and even dark web and identify all of the data brokers that has your private personal information, and will submit an opt-out request to every single one of them on your behalf, and then will monitor and make sure that they comply. And that's not the only thing that Aura can do for you. It comes with a lot of security features like VPN, password manager, parental control, antivirus, identity theft insurance, and more. All of these services that you would normally need a whole separate app for come inside one very affordable package with Aura. Let Aura do all the hard work keeping your identity secure online, so you can spend less time worrying about it and more time playing Disney Dreamlight Valley new expansion, for example, or spend time with your family, maybe. I don't know. Check out the link in the description. You can get 2 weeks free trial with Aura if you sign up using my link, and you will be supporting the channel, and also you will put a stop to those scammers trying to profit from your private information. I hate those scammers. Thank you so much, Aura, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into Disney Dreamlight Valley. All right. Number 2 thing that I want to see in the next update is I want to be able to take my pet inside. I know there is a glitch right now that allows you to take some of the new critters, and sometimes even old critters, inside. Nobody knows, as far as I know, how to trigger this glitch. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you go inside and your critter goes together with you, and then you are actually allowed to take pictures inside with the critter. I've seen multiple submissions in Dream Snaps with critters being used inside, and I want to do that too. I feel like there's absolutely zero sense in having that restriction. Why would you not allow people to bring critters inside? From the logic standpoint, that's something so cute. It's like not letting your pets get inside your house and just leaving them outside in the rain to suffer. Seriously though, please let us not need to exploit any bugs. Just let us take critters inside and take the pictures with the critters inside. That's something that I really want. Number 3, vacuums. Ancient Vacuum is a very, very good piece of gear, and I think that it's absolutely is useful, especially if you have a lot of A lot of characters that are time benders, and the mist is not a problem for you. And vacuums are incredible. You can literally clean up your entire biome by just clicking on this vacuum. However, I feel like there's a way that we can improve it. First of all, I want the vacuum. Maybe add, I don't know, like level 4, or make that level 3 will also break obstacles. Like these icicles, or rocks, or anything that spawns that needs to be broken by a tool. Now, I know why. I think I know why they did it so we can't. It's because sometimes you need more powerful tools to be able to break it. For example, if you haven't unlocked the tool, you shouldn't be able to cheese it by just breaking it with a vacuum. But also you can just make a setting that vacuum will break only the obstacles that you are allowed to break with your current set of tools. So if you have all the tools maxed out, you should be able to remove all the obstacles with this vacuum, because like it's nice to be able to remove wood, spices, flowers, night thorns, but I want to be able to break these icicles, because these ones are honestly the most annoying thing. Not the most, but one of the most. And having everything cleaned out except these, you still need to go and manually break them in every single biome. So it kind of defeats the purpose. Like, it's nice, but it could be nicer. So I would absolutely love that functionality to be added to the vacuums. Also, speaking of the vacuums, another thing, it still takes forever. If you want to clean up your whole valley, for example, a friend is coming to visit and you want to clean it up, you have to run in every single biome and click on every single thing, and then it's just gonna go into your inventory. Okay, what about if we had an ability to access all of the vacuums in the valley from one vacuum? So you open this and you have like a tab here where you can access literally any vacuum, and you could just, standing from one place, go through every vacuum. And also, I want a button, instead of collect, I want a button to destroy, because sometimes you just don't have space. Like, for example, I have 2 pieces of coal right here, or 10 spices. I have a full chest of spices. I don't want it. Or sell. Even better, sell. So you could automatically vacuum it to Goofy's stall and just sell these items. So instead of just collecting them, I would love to be able to select a couple things and have a button to sell it, which would still charge me the mist to collect it, but will also automatically send it to Goofy. And also I want to be able to access all of them from one vacuum. I know I'm too spoiled, you're gonna say, and I respect your opinion, but I feel like we could benefit from it. I just, like, sometimes I need resources. I like grinding resources, but sometimes I just want to click a button and have my valley in pristine condition. That's what I want. I'm sorry. Number 5. Speaking of ancient machines, let's talk about gardeners. And if you've been watching my videos, you know exactly what I'm gonna say about gardeners. It's pretty obvious, right? Right now there's a limit that you can only have 4 gardeners per biome, or per area in Eternity Isle. So if I wanted to make a bigger garden than this, I can't. This is the highest fully automated garden that I can make in each biome. And you could say you could have gardens in every biome, but and it's fine. Yeah, some people like to do it this way, but I know a lot of people like to have one big garden that you just plant once, then harvest once, and it yields you insane amount of crops. And like, if you're harvesting it manually, you are going to benefit tremendously from having farming buddies. And I don't know, it just feels, maybe I want, it's just more visually appealing for me to have a big field that I want to water. So I mean, I wouldn't mind if they doubled. I feel like 8 would be a good amount per biome to have. So 8 could create a pretty decent sized garden. So that's just my gripe. I know a lot of people will be like, I don't care. Okay, fair enough. But I also know that some people do care. So it would be nice to see this feature in the next update. Moving on. Number 5. Seasonal events. Now this one was especially painful this holiday season, where people who did complete all of these tasks the last time did not get anything to do this time. Like, you did not even get to catch all the fishes once again. You basically didn't have to do anything. Kind of feel a little bit left out. I feel like we should have events like that more often. Not just they have to reset and be unique every single year. We also need to have more of them. These are super fun. Like Star Path is one thing, but something like this, like completely unique experiences for certain holidays or seasons or whatever. We have like Easter, Halloween, Christmas. I want to see new ones all the time. Like it should be like a monthly thing. We should have one event per month at least. Well, not at least, maybe just once a month. A couple duties that we can do. It could be like events, quests given by certain character. Like this month's Nala is throwing some kind of celebration to the entire valley, and in order to make it happen, we need to grind something. And like for milestones, we can claim certain rewards. It doesn't even have to be like a lot of new furniture items or anything. It could be anything. It could be food. It could be flowers, it could be resources, it could be coins, it could be moonstones, it could be mist, it could be so many things. It just gives you a sense of belonging and something to do. You feel like you are participating in this holiday. Otherwise, it's like, okay, it's Christmas. We have the Star Path, but it doesn't really feel like the tasks don't feel like Christmas. So I feel like we should have more seasonal events in Disney Dreamlight Valley. Let me know what you think. Number 6. I want to be able to have friends in life. No, but seriously, in game. There's so many games that allow you to befriend people inside the game. For example, they just rolled out that you can actually invite people and join people's valleys through Xbox friend list. Well, what if we didn't need Xbox friend list? Look at the Disney Speedstorm. In Disney Speedstorm, you can actually add friends by their gamer tag inside the game. And then you can invite them to play a game in multiplayer, or they can join your party. I feel like as multiplayer matures in this game, we need to be able to have a friend network inside the game. This way, you can even create requests. Like, you can see one of your friends, for example, wants to get a certain item in Scrooge Store. So, once you got that item, you can just ping them, send them a notification. I have this item. If you want to come over, I can get it to you. And also, I feel like coming over shouldn't be something extremely disruptive to the player that is the owner of the valley. For example, if you have played Palia, I love the way it's done, the multiplayer. Basically, if the person is in your friend list, and if you allowed visits on your lot, which you can just do, like, instead of just, like, you can just go to the station and allow visitors, turn it on, and that means that everybody in your friend list will be able to come over to your island, and you don't have to be there, you don't have to guide their hand, they can just come over, just look around, just, maybe they shouldn't be allowed to access your chests or your resources, but they should just be able to come over, and you shouldn't feel like it's like it's disrupting your gameplay. Like, you can still be doing your quests, you can still be doing things, people can just run around with you, but maybe they shouldn't be able to do anything, at least for now. But at least you, as an owner of your own valley, should be able to do the regular things you do. That's how they do it in Palia. And it's super fun. We should have emotes. I mean, I know that I'm not like hating on the multiplayer for not having all this feature. I know it just came out and they said they're committed to improving the experience every single update. So I'm just using this opportunity to provide some feedback on the multiplayer. The things I want the most to see as soon as possible is friend list, being able to visit a friend just by searching them in my friend list and my menu, then visit, and if their valley is open, I can just go there and it's not going to disrupt them. It's not going to disrupt me. I think it's a small thing to ask. For now, this is my first thing that I would love to see in the multiplayer. There's obviously more things, but we can talk about it in a separate video. And the final thing, and this one has to do with Scramble Coin. I love Scramble Coin. Absolutely love it. I think they nailed it on the head, and it does have a lot of issues, especially with like progression, but once you have all the figurines, the game becomes obsolete completely. I'm very close to getting my last figurine, and after that there is no reason to play. There's no progression, there is no incentive. So I feel like they hit gold with the Scramble Coin, so they shouldn't just abandon it and make it just one-time thing that you just play through once. I feel like it should be a part of the game. And I feel like the multiplayer would be such a good opportunity to introduce ability to play Scramble Coin against people. If not against people, at least allow us to have more progression. For example, add more milestones to it. Once you completed like the basic ladder and got all your figurines, maybe make like monthly competitions where people can like with the best win rates can compete. Like when people challenge the villagers, and for example there is some kind of a ladder related to Scramble Coin where you need to beat, for example, certain villagers certain amount of times or something like this, or just once again just have the simple ladder like we have right now, just instead of figurines put some resources on it or some moonstones or some mist. I'm sure people would love like anything to feel like you are not just playing for nothing, that there is a little bit of progression going on. I feel like it's going to be a lot of people love Scramble Coin, and people who don't like it probably still are on the early stages, and I understand how frustrating it is in the early stages, but once you get all the figurines, all the abilities that you can unleash on your enemies, it's just so much fun. And I would love to see more future for Scramble Coin in Disney Dreamlight Valley. And now before we end, I have a bonus one or two. I've talked about this multiple times in my other videos, so I didn't want to include it in my top 7 tips because it's technically an old, not tip, top 7 wanted features, because this feature is, I wanted it for a long time and it's not new. I still want to mention it because now I feel like we have a potential to actually see it happen. And it's going to be turning off spawns per biome and valley presets. Now, why do I think that now it's as possible as it's ever been? Because the main concern people had when I first talked about the presets is that what if we have a house in one preset and then you switch to a different preset, like the house will have to be there as well. Well, now we have like you cannot have a house in 2 different presets, for example. Well, first of all, if it's a whole valley preset, that's not a problem. The problem was if we have biome presets, which I'm totally fine having an entire valley preset. In that case, I think it's not going to be an issue, but even now you could just place the houses into the storage and then just let people take them out of the storage, because now we can literally go to the furniture and we see all the houses here. So if there is any discrepancy with the houses between the presets, just place it here so we can place it back down when we want. I feel like it's like this feature, implementation of this feature will allow us to have presets in the future, and it's honestly my most wanted feature. It's the thing that stops me from decorating my valley the most, because I just need to have empty space for my dream snaps. And if I had the whole new preset of a valley that I could use for my dream snaps, I could just have my main valley fully decorated and then a whole separate preset valley to play around, like a little sandbox for dream snaps and stuff like that. And also turning off spawning of items per biome. Like, vacuums are great, but they don't solve the issue. They just make it a little bit easier to clean up. But what if I don't want to clean up? What if I just want to log in every day and just have my valley in exactly the same state I left it yesterday? What if I don't want to worry about anything? Like, I spent a couple days perfecting my meadow, for example. I'm not saying my meadow is perfect. And the next day I log in and there's night thorns everywhere. There is a bunch of spices where I don't want them to be. There's a bunch of rocks. There is a bunch of wood where I don't want it to be. What if I could just flick a switch somewhere in the settings and freeze all the spawning in this biome, so I can clean up everything I don't want to be there, and I don't have to worry about it respawning. And yeah, I understand that this poses a problem that you are not getting resources that you might need for something, but then you can always turn it back on. If you need to grind certain resource in the biome, you turn it back on if you run out of something. But most of the time, I don't need stuff that spawns in certain biomes. So if I could just turn it off so I don't have to worry about it, that would be absolutely a dream come true. This is the second feature that stops me from decorating my valley, because I just hate logging in the next day and seeing my hard work being defiled by all of these spawns. It's just sad. Anyway, I know a lot of people will agree, a lot of people will disagree. So let me know in the comments, what do you feel? And also definitely check out Aura, the sponsor of this video. These guys are awesome. I've been getting lots of reports of them removing my data from so many websites, and they always alert me when there's anything new on my credit reports. They always monitor my passwords, and if there is any password breach that includes my password, they also let me know. It's amazing, and it has VPN built in. It has everything you need to feel secure online. So I've been using it for many months now, and I only have good things to say about them. That's why I keep promoting them, because I just think it's a genuinely good product. Thank you so much for watching, and huge thanks to all of our supporters, guys. I am looking forward to seeing the comments in this video, because I'm curious which out of these 7 features, well, technically 8, you would love to see the most in the next update. And if there is any feature that I haven't mentioned that is on the top of your list, something that you would absolutely would love to see the most in the next update, would be willing to pay money for this to be added into the game, I'm really curious what that would be for you. For me, it's definitely presets and turning off spawns. It's like, I know what this game is about, like crafting and gathering resources, but sometimes you just don't need, like, you have everything you need. You just want to spend a week in your valley just decorating and enjoying your hard work, and just the cleanup process every single day. Sometimes, again, not all the time, but sometimes it's just not something you want to deal with. At least that's for me. Anyway, see you in the next one. Happy holidays, and goodbye.